Look, from what's been circulating, there's I think there's two sort of start dates. I think around the 18th or 19th of September, pending quarantine in the UAE. And then if we do have to quarantine, I think that allows time for the Australian and English players to get there and start around the 25th, 26th of September. They're unsure and unclear yet, I think, of what dates that a lot of the IPL franchises are going to meet or gather in the UAE. There's obviously a few government regulations that we have to sort of adhere to as well. I'm not even sure that the borders between Dubai and Abu Dhabi are open as well. So I think obviously the BCCI are working on that background. And the other thing as well is to get, the Australian and England players from the UK on the way back through to Dubai. But when you look at it in the big scheme of things, there's about, I think, close to 12 to 14 different countries that have to merge into the UAE. So that's going to be a difficult process, but I'm sure they're trying to get everything aligned at the moment to make that happen. Obviously, Kane and Bhuvi did a fantastic job without me there, and we've got a very, very good, solid foundation there. We've got a great family, that the environment that the owners have created amongst with the players and the staff. And look, it's great to be back and leading, but I've always said within that team that everyone's a leader in their own right. And having Kane there, adds so much value and knowledge to the way that the game's played as well. And we similarly rebound off each other with our ideas quite well. And obviously playing with him, playing against him, it helps when you are leading a team. But look, from where I sit, nothing's different. I still consider myself as a leader when I was there last year. And as I said, it doesn't matter if you've got a C next to your name or not. You're a leader in your own right. I don't see it as a redemption tale. I just see it as an honour to captain the Sunrisers in an IPL franchise. I've got a great relationship with the players and the staff, and the most importantly with the owners, and I've expressed my gratitude to that, and I thank them for that. And obviously I'll put my thinking cap on and try and do our best to move us forward to another IPL title. Yeah, Rambo, as I mentioned before, that would be all dictated by where I am with my family as well. Obviously 3 daughters and my wife that I owe a lot to, who have obviously been a big part of my playing career. You always got to look out for your family first, and then obviously with cricket and these unprecedented times, you got to weigh up these decisions. And look, at the moment, I'll keep continuing to aim for that. Obviously, the 2020 is not here now at home, which would have been ideal to play that and win that here. But obviously that gets pushed back. So yeah, look, I'll have to have another rethink about that when it comes to India. I'll see where I am and where the girls are at with school as well. So a lot of that is a big part of my decision. It's not just when the games are being played and how much cricket's being played. It's a big family decision for myself, because there's times where you go away and you miss your family a lot. And at the moment, with all these biosecurity bubbles that are in place, we're going to be not being able to have our families, having the luxury of our families coming away with us now, and that could be for the foreseeable future. As the Prime Minister said, we might not be able to go overseas, or visitors might not be able to come into Australia. So they're things that we have to play by ear. And if and when I do make that decision, it'll be predominantly family decision. Look, I think they should drop him again. I don't know why they dropped him in that first game, but it would be nice if I was a player there again and he wasn't playing. Look, I haven't really followed what's been happening. I saw that he got a 50, and I think he's taking some tips off Shane Warne, which is weird. But look, the way he bowls, the way he's been bowling the last sort of 18 months has been obviously outstanding. As I just said before, I don't know what was the reasoning behind leaving him out in that first test. But obviously he's come back, and I think he took a few wickets. And I just personally, I think he's a world-class bowler. In the last 18 months, he's really worked hard on pitching the ball up. And when I look back at the stats, I think it's probably the first time in his career he's actually pitched the ball up in that sort of, I think 5 to 6 meters, I think it is what the bowlers talk about, area quite a lot. He's obviously got a hell of a record against left-handers as well. And I think the capabilities of him bringing the ball back off the wicket into the left-handers has been, obviously another string to his bow. Bowlers do tend to talk about, not meaning to do that off the seam, but if you keep producing, the right seam consistently enough, you're going to get that sideways movement both ways, and he's been able to get that. And it's not by fluke that he's had success the last 18 months. He's worked really, really hard to get to where he is, and credit to him. And hopefully, I do get another crack against him. I'm not sure when we're back over there, and not sure where I am at my stage of my career as well. So obviously a lot to think about before then. Yeah, we obviously hit over. We'll get over there, and we'll be quite fresh and eagerly keen to get at it. I think from where I stand, and you look at the England team, they've been in, I think, lockdown and quarantine for the last 2 weeks, preparing for their next series. I think I don't know if they got West Indies white ball, but they got Pakistan as well. They're going to be in lockdown until the end of our series for a while. So, we're going over there fresh, with an open mind and ready to the keenness to play cricket, and not sort of in that sort of bio bubble yet. So, for us, it's about hitting the ground there, as well as we can to prepare for those games. And, I've been speaking to a couple of their players as well, and it's going to be the same thing for us going through this summer, that we're going to obviously probably be in one of those biosecurity bubbles, and, less contact from people outside of that. And it's good to get these sort of conversations going with these guys that are over there in that at the moment, to see what we're got to prepare for and deal with coming this summer as well.